I don't know if you have seen the prices of beef this year, but they are off the charts. I got this 8-pound pork loin for under $20. It was a much better deal to me than the $300 beef roast. Look, holiday dinners are just fun because everyone's together and you're gonna fancy it up a little bit. It doesn't really matter if it's pork or beef, okay? I'm gonna trim this to about a 5 to 6 pound piece, and I'm gonna save the rest for leftovers. Maximize the potential here. The good thing about pork is that it takes on other flavors very well, so you can do pretty much whatever you want to it. The difference between a pork loin and a pork tenderloin is that on the top of a pork loin, there's this nice layer of fat. We know that fat helps deliver flavor. Right under the fat is some what we call silver skin. It's kind of a tough cartilage that's connected to the skin. On a pork tenderloin, I typically remove it, but on this pork loin, I'm gonna leave it on there because the only way to get rid of that is to get rid of the fat, and I want the fat. And when we go to eat it, you know, we're gonna cut that away anyway, so it's no big deal. So just leave it on. So I'm just gonna create a flavorful rub with just salt, pepper, garlic, and herbs, but you could add in whatever herb blend you like here. I'm gonna do a couple cloves of garlic. I hate peeling garlic, but if you wanna check out our TikTok on the easiest way to peel garlic, it's pretty genius. I'm going in with about 5-6 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of kosher salt, a good teaspoon of pepper, and about a tablespoon of sage. Stir it up, and we're just gonna rub this all over the pork. And then get it all in there, both sides, all around. Once you've got it seasoned however you want, we're just gonna put it onto a rimmed baking sheet. I like to line mine with some foil, maybe spray it with a little nonstick spray, because we are going to glaze this later, and it's gonna get really sticky down in our pan, so we just like easy cleanup. So just season it and set it on your baking sheet. We're going to pop it into the oven. Now like I do with my pulled pork, I'm gonna start it at a high oven, so about 450 degrees for about 20 minutes or so, just to start developing a little brown color. And then we're gonna crank it down to like 325 degrees until it's cooked through. So the whole process should take about an hour or so. You just want the internal temperature to be at least 145 degrees. I like mine a little closer to 150 degrees because my family doesn't love the pink pork, so I'm gonna pull it around 150. While that starts its sear, I'm gonna create a glaze. So easy, and it's made with stuff you probably have in your fridge or pantry. I'm gonna start with a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. I love apple with pork, it's just a classic combo. 3 tablespoons of cold water, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of a coarse ground or spicy mustard, or Dijon will work, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm gonna put this glaze on right when we turn our oven down in about 20 minutes. You don't have to pull it out of the oven to do this. You can just open the oven, pour half your glaze on, let it finish, and then about 5 minutes before we take it out, we'll pour the rest of our glaze on. Now I'm gonna crank the heat down to 325 degrees till we're good to go. Come on now. That looks gorgeous. And it smells amazing. Don't dare cut into it yet. We're gonna let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let all those juices stay in there and redistribute, and you'll just see just how amazing this is. I'm gonna go get some side dishes. I'm loving the crust that has formed around the outside. As you can see, it is super tender and juicy inside. What's not to love? Another great thing about this recipe is that it creates its own delicious sauce. Drizzle it over at the end. I'm telling y'all, forget the beef. This pork is where it's at. And it definitely has the makings for the perfect bite. It's even better than I thought it was gonna be. And definitely as tender as a pork tenderloin. This is delicious. I hope this pork roast will earn a spot on your holiday table this year. From all of us at All Recipes, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.